In this tumultuous history, nothing stirred the anger of the French people more than the actions of Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette, with her dazzling courtly life, was separated by an unforgettable chasm from the suffering people. While her subjects were trapped in scarcity, hunger, and daily hardships, she reveled in luxury and indulgence in her magnificent palace. Her reckless behavior and disdainful attitude only fueled the people's wrath. Marie Antoinette was born on November 2, 1755, at the Hofburg Palace in Vienna, Austria. She was the youngest daughter of Emperor Francis I of the Holy Roman Empire and Maria Theresa of Austria. From birth, Marie Antoinette was destined to live a life of luxury and in the public eye. However, at that time, perhaps the heavens knew that Marie Antoinette's birth would bring unexpected destruction and anger into her life. At the age of 14, in 1770, she married Louis-Auguste, the Prince of France, who later became King Louis XVI. However, Marie Antoinette's life in France did not go smoothly. She struggled to adapt to French culture and political demands. She also became the target of criticism and condemnation from the suffering French populace who experienced poverty and injustice. Her negative image was further worsened by rumors and propaganda that attacked her. Marie Antoinette was seen as excessively extravagant and was condemned for her lavish lifestyle. She often spent state funds on extravagant parties and expensive fashion. Her private life also became a subject of scrutiny, with gossip about her affairs with the king, widespread infidelity, and disloyalty. During the first 7 years of their marriage, Marie Antoinette and Louis-Auguste never consummated their relationship. Louis-Auguste himself was more interested in hunting and reading books. He also had a somewhat peculiar hobby of collecting cylinder locks, door bolts, and padlocks and tinkering with them. When Louis XV died of smallpox and Louis-Auguste, then 20 years old, became Louis XVI, their prayer was, "God, help and protect us. We are too young to reign." In short, Louis XVI never felt comfortable on the throne, and his views on sex and marriage were limited to political duties. Even more unfortunate for Antoinette, it was revealed that her marriage to Louis-Auguste was deliberately arranged. The purpose of this marriage was to forge an alliance between France and Austria, two kingdoms that had been at odds for centuries. Marie Antoinette's mother, Maria Theresa, was a powerful figure in the Habsburg dynasty. Maria Theresa raised her 10 children to dedicate their lives to the Austrian Empire. Her goal was to maintain stability in the Habsburg dynasty's reign wherever they ruled. Against this backdrop, Marie Antoinette's marriage to Louis-Auguste had much larger political aims than their personal happiness. However, beyond the rumors on the streets, Marie Antoinette was also subjected to persecution and intense slander during the French Revolution. As the queen consort of Louis XVI, she was seen as a symbol of the monarchy that was vilified by those advocating for social and political change. The radical press at the time deliberately portrayed Marie Antoinette in a negative light, exploiting sexual issues and creating baseless narratives. These accusations have not been substantiated to this day. However, beyond the street gossip, Marie is said to have had a romantic relationship with a Swedish nobleman named Duke Axel de Fersen. Axel de Fersen was a Swedish nobleman who visited Versailles in 1774 and later developed a close relationship with the French royal family. He became a close friend of King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette, and it is believed that Marie Antoinette developed more than just a friendship with him. Some known letters written by Marie Antoinette to Axel de Fersen indicate an emotional bond and possibly a romantic aspect to their relationship. However, the truth about the nature of their relationship is still not fully revealed. Some historians argue that their relationship was purely platonic, while others believe that it may have developed into a romantic one. Although various rumors circulated about Marie Antoinette, only 2 claims can be supported by strong evidence that ultimately led to her punishment. First, there is evidence that Marie Antoinette frequently engaged in gambling and had a strong passion for dancing. Second, there is information suggesting her involvement in a conspiracy with the Austrian kingdom to undermine the French Revolution. In this conspiracy, Marie Antoinette was suspected of leaking French military secrets to the opposing side. While officials at the Versailles Palace were aware of these rumors, their attempts to control the spread of information within the palace were unsuccessful. However, all these efforts proved futile in the face of a starving population. The famine was caused by France's mounting debt, which reached 1 billion livres, largely due to France's involvement in the American Revolution. To cover the budget deficit declared empty in August 1788, taxes were raised, further burdening the people. Additionally, Marie Antoinette was known for her profligate tendencies in organizing lavish parties at the palace. This last factor earned her the nickname, Madame Deficit, due to her excessive spending, which worsened France's financial situation. This nickname shattered Marie Antoinette's reputation in the eyes of the French people who felt neglected. The news that she was rumored to have said, "Let them eat cake," when hearing about hungry people who couldn't afford bread further worsened her public image and made her increasingly unpopular. On July 14, 1789, the winds of revolution swept through the air of France. The enraged and determined people launched a fiery attack on the Bastille, a prison fortress that symbolized the corrupt monarchy's power. In the spirit of the blazing rebellion, they successfully seized the Bastille, marking a glorious victory of the people over centuries of cruelty and oppression. The storming of the Bastille acted as a catalyst for the raging spirit of rebellion throughout the nation. The flames of revolution spread rapidly, blazing in every corner of France. The people demanded justice after long years of suffering, yearned for freedom from the shackles of the monarchy, and called for equality for every citizen. This moment marked the beginning of the French Revolution, which continued with the abolition of feudal rights and the enactment of the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen in August 1789. After rejecting the new constitution that reduced the power of the royal family, the royal couple attempted to escape to Austria with the help of Duke Fersen, a close friend of Queen Antoinette. Their plan was to manipulate Austria into invading France and crushing the revolution in hopes of burying the ongoing radical changes. However, before Queen Marie Antoinette and King Louis XVI could successfully escape, news spread that Queen Antoinette had leaked French military secrets to Austria, a country at war with France at that time. This information constituted a serious betrayal of the nation and stirred anger and mistrust among the French people. They were captured in Varennes and forced to return to Paris. Throughout their journey, Queen Marie and the King received jeering taunts from the waiting crowd. The leakage of French military secrets became one of the driving factors that further tarnished the reputation of Queen Antoinette and the King in the eyes of the people. This action was seen as a betrayal of the country and jeopardized the continuation of the war with Austria. Finally, in 1792, France witnessed the overthrow of the monarchy and the transition into a republic. This marked the beginning of a period filled with violence and battles in France. War broke out between France and other European countries that sought to restore monarchy in France. Then, in 1793, King Louis XVI was tried for treason against the nation. This trial process became a dramatic moment in French history. Louis XVI was seen as a symbol of tyranny and oppression by the justice-seeking people. He was executed in a horrific manner, by beheading in the Place de la Révolution on January 21. The execution was a gruesome and heart-wrenching sight for the witnesses. Shortly after her husband's death, it was Marie Antoinette's turn to face trial. She, too, was tried for treason against the nation and sentenced to death by beheading. On October 16, 1793, Marie Antoinette met a tragic fate amidst the cheers of the crowd. The public execution of the Queen marked the end of her life's journey, filled with trials and political conflicts.